Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth. A continent so hostile that almost nothing survives here. No cities, no roads, no permanent life. Just a handful of scientists and soldiers scattered across a landscape that seems to reject humanity itself. It looks empty, but Antarctica is not empty. Beneath the ice lies something the world has never known, because there is more to Antarctica than you've been told. Something is hiding in that ice. A scientific research station was built by Soviet Union in Antarctica during the Cold War era, Vostok. It is considered one of the coldest places on Earth and has a lake underneath. Last time it was open to the skies, when humans did not exist. Then it got sealed before we even had a chance to see what's down there, and something got trapped inside it for good. During the peak of the Cold War in 1960s, a helicopter was flying over Vostok. It noticed something strange. The pilot discovered a large lake frozen in time deep beneath the ice. Later, seismic activity also confirmed a lake beneath the glacier. Liquid water. Sealed for 15 million years. But that didn't stop there. As drilling techniques improved through the 1970s and 80s, more hidden lakes emerged. Not one, not two, but hundreds of them. An entire network of subglacial lakes, each one isolated, each one a potential repository of Earth's most ancient secrets. Organisms unknown to modern biology, and things that we may not wish to understand, or may not want disturb. But that didn't stop Russians. They wanted to know more. And that takes us to the events of... In January 2012, after decades of preparation, Russian scientists reached Vostok Lake with a drill that broke through 20 meters of ice, piercing to the 4-kilometer seal that had held since millions of years. What emerged was water so ancient, so isolated, that it contained microorganisms never documented by human science. Viruses, bacteria, organisms with genetic sequences that didn't match modern databases. They were labeled and cataloged, but no one could truly identify them. Why? Because they had no modern relatives. Also, the organisms weren't completely dead. Because they were kept at near freezing temperatures, the microorganisms remained viable. Still living, very capable of metabolic processes. And then the world was told nothing. It wasn't announced. There was no headline, no press release that said, "We have discovered unknown microorganisms from 15 million years ago." The truth, the actual terrifying truth about what was in those samples, was kept in classified channels. Why? Because the risks weren't just scientific, they were existential. But one must ask a question. Why didn't they go deeper in that lake? The microorganism samples were just the beginning. That much was obvious to everyone involved. If the water column contained ancient life adapted to survival in perfect isolation, then this question becomes inevitable. What else is down there? One theory circulated among the scientists who saw the data. The presence of microorganisms suggests some other, larger organisms. It was almost obvious. Evolution doesn't stop at bacterial scales. Life organizes into complex structures as well. What if there was something down in those shallow waters? Something of immense size. The deeper they went, the higher the risk. The larger the organisms, the more unknowable they became. The Russians saw the data. They understood what lay beneath. And then they decided, we do not want to meet it. The operation had extreme risks. Not just contamination risks, not just unknown pathogens, but the risk of encountering something so fundamentally other, so completely divorced from modern biology, that containment itself might be impossible. They swallowed their curiosity. They closed the project. They left Vostok Lake to keep its secrets never to be touched again. Another obvious question you would ask is why quarantine those microorganisms? The microorganisms were unlike anything known to science. It could develop the ability to infect modern life. And if it did, our bodies would be unfamiliar to it. Our immune system would not recognize it. Every antibacterial defense our species evolved would be useless against something that had evolved on a completely different evolutionary path. If it leaked, millions would die, possibly billions, before anyone even understood what was killing them. And worse, other countries would want it. If they knew what Russia had, they would want to study it, reproduce it, secretly synthesize it in their own labs, which meant the risks would multiply across nations, through secret programs, and eventually across the entire globe. Uncontrollable risks. So, the decision was made at the highest levels. Quarantine. Absolute secrecy. Tell no one.
After 2012, the Russians left Vostok Lake to not be disturbed. What's outside and what's inside. They made an oath, never again, never touch it, never drill deeper, never wake what sleeps beneath the ice. And the other 399 subglacial lakes, they were also left alone, uncharted, unstudied, because no one knows what hides inside those huge networks of lakes. No one knows what 15 million years of isolation has produced down there in the darkness. It's obviously strange, huge, unfamiliar. Life that existed before humans walked the earth. Life that evolved in conditions we can barely comprehend. Life that was sealed away for a reason. And who knows, maybe one day, human curiosity overcomes the risks, and they open the locks of these secret chambers, only to realize it's far too late. The keys were thrown away long ago.